ready to match the star. Charlie Brill, Brett Summers, Gary Burghoff, Sarah Kennedy, Richard Dawson, and Betty White. As we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 75. And now here's the star of Match Game 75, Gene Rivers.
Johnny Olsen and friends. Well, they're obviously friends, aren't they? With that kind of a warm welcome. Hello, friends.
Hello, John.
How nice to have all of you on this scene, you talented, grand bunch. Is there something I can do for anyone before we go on here?
Yes, kiss me on the lip to us.
What?
Any messages for me?
Any messages for you? Just a minute, I'll find out. Are there any messages for Mr. Wait until I ask him. Oh, Earl.
Yes.
Are there any messages for Mr. Dawson?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thanks. Well, Earl.
No tip?
No tip.
What a
Dawson is a rotten tipper. He said there is a message for you.
Let me see what it said. Thank you for earning me $33 by putting me on camera. Earl just earned $33.
That's nice. Thanks, Earl. Well, anyway, here's our two champions, Patty Diddy and Duff King. Hi. Patty has won $200. She won one game, and you won the $100 in the first part of the super match.
Right.
And now we've started this game. We're going to start round two. At the end of round one, it's 1-0 in favor of Duff King. Are you ready for round two? Round two coming up right after this message. Oh, all right. Yes. I was just asked I should explain who the man was who came from behind that big monstrous-looking piece of furniture there when I knocked on the door. And I'll explain. I don't know who he is. Well, you know, when this thing turns around, when the whole thing revolves, and we play the big money super match, somebody has to slide those things. You thought we had a big, expensive piece of machinery here. We don't. It's a cheap shell. What the heck are you going to do? Got a guy locked in there, and he slides him back and forth. And his name is Earl, and he is the guy in there. You're there, Earl? Right here. Okay. Okay. Now.
Any messages for me?
No messages, Richard. Now, Duff King, would you make a selection?
A again, please.
A again. All right, everybody plays except... Who?
I don't know. Don't ask
Here.
me. I'm not
Gary.
the host.
My
All
thing
right.
just went.
Brenda said, my new husband, the cowboy, isn't very genteel. On our wedding night, he came to bed with his blank on. On our wedding night, he came to bed with his blank on.
I got it.
All right, just put that in the slot.
Gary
Okay.
doesn't play because
Is that all right?
Yes.
They caught us in the
All right.
sandbox.
All righty. Here we go, Duff King. Brenda said, my new husband, the cowboy, isn't very genteel. On our wedding night, he came to bed with his blank on.
Let's see. He has spurs.
His spurs. He said spurs, and the audience cheered and
I don't care
roared.
what he said. I just want to be Earl's agent. The phone hasn't stopped ringing for Earl back here. He's been
Really?
getting so many jobs, Earl.
Hear that, Earl?
Yeah.
Now,
But I'm
show us
also
your-
Duff's friend because I said Spurs.
Spurs. What do you say about this cowboy?
I say I thought Duff was Mr. Right. For a minute. But I think I've just blanked it all up. I got spurs that jingle jangle, but I got boots too.
Oh, you went to bed with his boots on. Came to bed
Well,
with his
don't
boots.
boo me. It's better than spurs.
All right, Gary.
I don't write this time.
You don't write. Okay.
How can I cover that up so you're not embarrassed that you asked me?
Well, you see, I can't, from my angle, I
can't tell from
see
this
that
angle
this
either.
light is on from that angle.
Well,
so.
fix that for Pete's sakes. You got a guy
Can
in
we
there
have
pulling
brighter
things
lights
back and
here
forth. Put a
so I
guy
can
in here
see?
to turn the light
That's
up.
right. I'd like you to see what Betty White did to my sock while I was standing back there. I don't know what I'm going to... I just hope her husband gets home soon.
Do her a bit of good.
Brenda said, my new husband, the cowboy, isn't very genteel. On our wedding night, he came to bed with his blank on, and Duff said, Spurs.
Well, Brenda went, ooh, because Spurs.
The Spurs, they hurt. Really? She went, ooh, huh? Holy mackerel. Now, what do you say?
I say, hi, sailor, new in town.
Come on now, show us your card there.
And my Spurs.
Spurs! That's for you. Yes, ma'am, honey child.
When Brenda heard that they had the bridal suite, she says, I don't need a bridal and don't call me sweet. So I said, Spurs.
Okay. He done pretty good, Patty, did he?
I see that.
You see that. Now, what do you have to do? You have to score 5 to tie, 6 to win. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Dr. Harris is a painless dentist. Well, no, not exactly painless. He takes your mind off the pain in your mouth by sticking a blank in your ear. He takes your mind off the pain in your mouth by sticking a blank in your ear.
Yes, sir, Mama. Are you listening, Mama?
Is everybody happy?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Mama, this is Georgie, Mama.
Sitting here, hello there. Sitting here looking over
Stick it
the
in your
place
ear,
at home
Mama.
in the Friday Club with your friend Gene Rayburn.
After the ceremonies of the number one
Okay,
daytime.
everybody all set?
We can't stop doing Jessel.
Right. Patty Diddy. Listen carefully. Dr. Harris is a painless dentist. Well, not exactly painless. He takes your mind off the pain in your mouth by sticking a blank in your ear.
The needle.
A needle in your ear. Boy, that would hurt. Of course, you could wear pierced earring ears then. What do you
Well,
say?
I was going to say that stuff. I was going to say needle in the ear, but because he was a dentist, my very good friend, I put down these sticks of drill.
A drill? Oh, that would hurt too. Now, Patty, you got to match the rest of them to stay in the game. Brett, it's up to you.
Honey, what's the difference between a needle and a pin?
$2.
I don't know. I don't know. They may do it.
Well, one has a head on it, and I said pin, but isn't that same? They both have little sharp ends.
Okay, you got one, Patty. That matches. All right, Brett, now we go into Gary. No.
Sorry.
Drill. What the rest of you have there? Can you stand by for a moment or so, Gus? Well, Patty, I'm sorry to see you go. You're a delightful person. You've been a marvelous contestant, and you won a little money.
Thank you.
You happy about that?
A lot of fun. Thank you.
Good. Patty Diddy is leaving us. Goodbye, Patty. $200 for you. Here we are. You stand by for a moment or so. We can do a little business, then we'll have a go at the big money super match. You ready? Easy. Okay, be right back. Here we are with Big Duff King. Duff King, is that your full name, Duff?
That's right. Yeah.
You were born, your mother and father said, let's name him Duff.
That's right.
You want to make something out of it?
No? I'm just curious about names. I think it is just name.
Up king, up boy.
Nice save, Gene.
Attack, king, attack.
I'll make books.
Listen, no, I got the money, Duff. I know. Got to be nice to me. No, I haven't got the money. The money's up there somewhere, and it's up to you to release it. Now, we polled the recent studio audience, Duff. We got the best response to this. Pick up blank. Now, the answer that audience gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. Or you match the next one, you get $250, and the third, $100. They're allowed to help to a certain extent. Choose one.
Betty White.
Got one?
Pick up your feet.
Pick up your feet.
Come on.
Leave that girl
Things
alone.
are Duff all over.
Right. Another one, Duff.
feet.
Richard.
Richard.
Game Gene and I play. Pick up sticks.
Pick up sticks. All right, you got one more.
Yeah, Charlie.
How about you, Charlie?
I have pickup truck.
That's it.
Pickup truck. Pick up truck, pick up sticks, and pick up your feet. Now,
And dance.
you want one of those, Duff, or have you got a better idea in your head?
Pickup truck.
Pickup truck. Okay? That's the one that Charlie Brill gave you. Let's find out if it's up there, and if so, where. First, let's begin by revealing the $100 response. Pick up your clothes.
Close to your feet.
I told you 100 times, I told you once, pick up your clothes. You've heard that. All right, let's go up to the $250 response. Pick up truck it is. Congratulations, you got the $250. Now, Duff, you're up to $350. Before we try for the $2,500, let's find out what is under the What do you think, audience? Sticks. Girls. Sticks. Let's find out. Here it is. Sticks. They were right. That was Richard's answer? All right. Now you're going to play for $2,500. To collect that amount, you've got to match one of them. And this will have to be an exact match. Time to choose one now.
Richard.
Okay, Richard, get ready to write. Duff will face me.
With
Here
sticks?
it is.
We'd be playing for $5,000 now. Duff.
Right.
Don't be bitter.
You better face me a little bit here, just so that no one can... All right. To be blank. That's 2 words I'm giving you there. To be blank. To be blank. Okay. Now, Duff, what answer would you like to give us what you think will match his in filling in this blank? To be blank.
Or not to be.
They're with you on that one. I think the audience thinks you're right. And it was a good reading, too. To be or not to be. Now, he says that'll match you, Richard. May we see it for $2,500.
I don't know how to explain this, being an old Shakespearean actor.
Very old.
This is the woman that gave us Pick Up Your Feet, wasn't it? That is the question.
Marvelous, isn't it? Terrific. Yeah, great feeling, isn't it? Can you describe your feelings at this moment? Articulate, too, isn't it? I'm not flying in your airplane. Nothing personal, Duff. No, but it's a marvelous feeling when you stand up here and win a big bundle of money like that. You got $2,850. We're very happy for you, Duff. Now, if you're all set, we'll bring on another contestant here and start another game. So let's welcome Paula Olson. Okay, you can climb aboard anytime you want. Paula, you know Duff King? Now, how's Paula Olson?
Fine.
Good. Nice to have you with us, Paula. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from West Covina. I've been married 6.5 years, and we're expecting our first baby. And I love Las Vegas.
You do? There's a bus leaving in 5 minutes.
She hit the jackpot.
No, if you love Las Vegas, how come you live in West Covina?
Because I'd spend all my money in Las Vegas.
Oh, I see. When is your baby due?
The beginning of August.
The beginning of August. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're going to stay away from Las Vegas between now and then so you can pay all those bills, right?
No.
No, okay. All right, well, I can't talk her into anything, so I guess we might as well go to a commercial then start this game, okay? Here we go. All right, Paula Olson, please make a selection, A or B.
A, please.
All right, everybody plays. Brand new game. The message in Brett's fortune cookie said, never turn your back on Gary Burghoff. If you do, he will blank you. That's with the message in the fortune cookie said. Do not turn your back on Gary Burghoff. If you do, he will brank you.
I finished, actually.
You finished? How's
And I know the real answer.
You do. She's the only one.
I don't know myself well enough to answer this question.
Just a moment. Could you move your shoulder just to the left a little bit, Dickie?
Yes, just move your shoulder over there. All right. But just checking up on everybody. All set. All righty. Now we come over here to Paul Olson. The message in Brett's fortune cookie said, never turn your back on Gary Burghoff. If you do, he will brank you.
Pinch you?
Pinch you. He will pinch you. That's a nice Victorian thought, isn't it? She just came from 2 weeks in Palermo, Sicily, where...
Yes. Me one.
Well, the
Pinch
pinch.
me twice.
The pinch is the prelude to the attack.
He will attack you. Turn your back and he attacks.
Yes.
Now we come to the real answer. What did that fortune cookie say?
That little devil stab you as quick as he'll look at you.
Stab you right in the back.
That's not true. That is not true.
You wouldn't do that,
I
would you?
certainly. She's just saying that she had her face lifted last week and it was a botched up job.
See what I mean about stab?
But her back wasn't turned to me. No. Actually, Truman Capote knows this better than anybody. He turned his back on me once, and all of a sudden I started to do a terrific impersonation of him.
He will impersonate you.
Right.
Okay.
Folks, everybody in this theater, turn your backs. You're in for it.
Remember, he's a veteran on MASH.
It's true.
How about you, Sarah Kennedy?
Well, I know what they do upstairs. So, Gary was...
Sarah, dear.
What? Okay. So, I
Not
know
for national
Gary,
consumption.
And Brett loves it. What a tacker.
He would attack her.
You better
Okay.
believe it.
All right. Yes, sir.
Very nicely phrased. Grab.
He will grab her.
Similario to pinch.
Never turn your back on Gary Burghoff. If you do, he will blank you. And she said, pinch. What do you say?
Brett was going to have her face lifted, and they couldn't get anybody to take it. No.
He will get you.
Getcha.
I'm sorry. I had no pinches there. Let's find out how you do with your first round question, Duff. This is it. Miss Kitty said, listen to me. Marshall Dillon got so drunk at the saloon last night, he started blanking in the spittoon. In the spittoon. You know what a spittoon is? In the old days, my dear, there used to be these brass receptacles that looked like a porridge bowl.
Yes.
And they were polished brass.
Yes.
And they had a little water in them. And men would stand at a bar drinking and chewing tobacco.
Could you read the question again?
And every once in a while, they would have to expectorate. And they would expectorate into the spittoon.
Oh, the spittoon. Okay.
Yes.
You know what expectorate is, don't you, honey?
And then what was the question?
Now, Marshall Dillon got so drunk at the saloon last night, he started blanking in the spittoon.
Oh.
Okay?
You can do that, Sarah.
80 pounds and 12 years old. Naturally, she never heard of a spittoon. Quickly, folks, we're running out of time here. All right, now we come over to Duff King. Miss Kitty said Marshall Dillon got so drunk at the saloon last night he started blanking in the spittoon.
Throwing up.
Okay, Charlie, what do you say?
Oh, I said swimming, some dumb
Swimming
kind of
in the spittoon. All right, Brett.
I never do vomit jokes. I think they're tacky.
Yes.
I say ringing his bell and or tinkling.
All right. Go.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question.
Speed up.
I said shooting. I didn't hear. I said blanking the spittoon.
What did you finally come up with?
Yeah, I came up with the right one. Threw up. Growing up.
That's one for you. Standing in the spittoon.
Spitting up in the
Spitting up, is that a match? Spitting up, yes, that is. Okay, 2 for you, and none for you. That's the end of round 1. And now this message for you. I should like to thank this gifted bunch
But you can't.
But you can't find it in your heart.
Find words are inadequate.
Tell us who we're going to have.
Oh, I'll tell you, next time we get together, we will have these dinglings.
Nipsey Russell, Brett Summers, Gary Burghoff, Elaine Joyce, Richard Dawson, and Connie Flyer.
Gene Rayburn Match Game 75. Join us next time. Thank you. Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 75. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of the CBS stations.